come up today on the age-old principle that if you don't show up, then you're definitely not going to get it done. But I was thinking, because it's been snowing a lot for the last couple of days, that this finishing hold on my project would be encased in ice. And I think it is. I don't think it's going to happen. I can maybe melt the ice with my hands and then dry it with a towel. It's obviously a good hold, and I think the temperature is not that far below zero because it is melting under my fingers. If you like melt and dry, then maybe. I only have a couple of hours before I have to go and collect my daughter from school as well. This holds dry though. And if I can get this dry enough to have one try, well, one try counts, doesn't it? It's kind of desperate, but okay. I'm here now. Could be a possibility, you know. We'll do it. Just place that towel in there. Yeah, man, that's holdable. Right, come on. Right, time to warm up. It's coming towards the end of January, and I first showed you some early attempts on this project maybe around 2.5, 3 weeks ago. It's not been a great couple of weeks really, not particularly bad for any particular reason, but just not great. And you often have those periods in your life, your climbing training and things. I've had other things going on, as everyone does in their life. I've been back at university studying, so I've been quite busy with that. Not able to come here as often as I would like because of the weather and because I've been away in Glasgow. And I've had kind of broken training, but also varied training, so sometimes that can be good. But I just haven't felt particularly good in my climbing. I can't really tell you why. You just kind of have those periods, and it's hard to attribute them. And I was here 2 days ago trying this project. I managed to regain my high point of really the crux move and the last hard move, but I just couldn't improve on it, and I felt absolutely beasted after the end of the session. I felt like I needed 2 days off, and I was beginning to wonder if maybe this project was a little bit harder than 8A. I'm actually just still trying the easier one of the two, just the one going out right at the end. The harder one is much harder than that. I actually think that one is probably 8B plus from the same start. So I always like to think of these periods as the bit in the middle, which is not always the most inspiring part, not always the most fun part, but it's just a part you have to go through to make progress towards your goals, whatever they are, where you have to keep showing up, doing the work, doing the training. If you were looking on it negatively, you could think that maybe the last couple of sessions I've had where I've not improved on my high point, that I just didn't have much progress to speak of. But I don't think that's really fair. I did make changes to my beta that I hope will set me up to make some more progress today, and I don't need to make that much more progress to do this climb. So, well, we'll soon find out. I've got time for maybe 3 good attempts before I have to go and collect my daughter from school. I must say that even today I don't feel particularly good. Not to say that I feel bad, I just don't feel perfect. I just feel like 95%. I'm quite rested, but I wouldn't say I feel particularly energetic. Maybe I didn't sleep all that. Maybe I didn't sleep perfectly last night. Again, I'm not saying that I feel bad, just not great, but I'm going to take my attempts anyway. I'm going to take all 3 of them, and I'm not particularly expecting them to be all that good, but I only need 1 to be really good to make the difference. So let's go. Ah, brilliant. Well, it's worth having those attempts. The first two were pretty poor. I really took a long time to warm up, maybe because of the cold temperatures, or maybe just because I feel a bit sluggish after 2 days off. But the third one, I just had that little bit more in the tank, just felt a bit more warmed up, got it done. I'm absolutely delighted. I still don't feel like I was really climbing all that well today, but well, it doesn't really matter. I can now move on to trying the much harder project going straight up at the end there, which I don't think I'll be doing this year or maybe ever, but at least I can now focus on it. Earlier on I was talking about the last couple of weeks being the kind of bit in the middle where you might not feel particularly good about everything all the time, but you just have to kind of go through the motions of turning up, doing the training, turning up, working the beta, having red points, getting the flow of the moves, and just chipping away at all the little bits of progress before you finally get there. And so that's fine. I've completed that easier project, but it's always a bit in the middle to the longer term project, and so all these things are kind of stages. And I know that kind of sounds funny to some people, like I've just done a really great first ascent and I am delighted with it, but it's like within a nanosecond you're already thinking about the harder project, and some people think like, oh god, can you not just like take a minute to celebrate doing the thing you've just done? And it's like, well, that's what I am doing. I think I mentioned this in a vlog before. I like to celebrate doing hard climbs by thinking about how they might link to doing harder ones, because the enjoyment of doing hard climbs is a never-ending thing. It just one just unfolds onto the next, unfolds onto the next. That's the way it goes. I don't want them to end. I want them to keep going. So this is not a bad thing, and so that's what I'm going to do. However, I better run because I've got to go home and get my daughter out of school. So see you later.